That we're bringing in Marc Thiessen, former chief speechwriter for President George W. Bush, American Enterprise Institute senior fellow, Washington Post columnist, and Fox News contributor. Marc, always good to have you with us. Thank you for being here. I'm really struck by this. Let's put up on the board the Senate Democrats who are calling on Bob Menendez to resign, right? I mean, it's like they can't get in front of each other fast enough to say that Bob Menendez needs to step down based on these allegations, which obviously are serious. This is a very weighty indictment, has a lot of specifics in it. But the Wall Street Journal says, the problem is not his ethnicity or the gold. It's the gold bars, the cash, and the Mercedes, essentially. They go on to say he deserves to be judged by a jury or by the voters. Why do you think, Marc, that they are all rushing so quickly to tell him that he has to leave? What's the real reason?
Because his seat is up in 2024, and this puts New Jersey in play.
Yeah.
It's just that simple. I mean, look, the Democrats already have an uphill battle to keep their Senate majority because the field is tilted towards the Republicans. The Democrats are defending 23 seats, including 3 that are in Trump states and 5 that are in states that Biden barely won. The Republicans are defending 10 seats, and none of them are in Biden states. So this is already a map that is very favorable to the Republicans. New Jersey wasn't even in that calculus. Right? And so now if Bob Menendez stays on the ballot and Republicans put up a strong candidate against him, they could lose that seat if the election goes if there's a wave election next time around.
Yeah, it's quite clear, and I'm just amazed by the number of people who just want to roll over the justice system and say, well, an indictment's one thing, so you should just leave right away. And clearly there are political reasons behind that. So, Marc, you made some very strong allegations about Vivek Ramaswamy, saying that he has a China problem and a Hunter Biden problem as well. Give us a sense of what you're getting at here.
So at the last debate, Vivek Ramaswamy said that all the other candidates on the stage were bought and paid for. And so I thought that was kind of offensive. And I thought, well, we should look into his China business dealings. And this is all public information. I lifted the rock, and what I saw under there was pretty disturbing. As recently as 4 years ago, Vivek Ramaswamy was doing business with high-ranking members of the Chinese Communist Party, including the CCP-linked family that funneled millions of dollars to Hunter Biden. So his partners in China were a company called CITIC PE, which is the state investment arm of the Chinese Communist Party. And the CEO of that company is a guy named Liu Lefei, whose father was the number 5 official in the Politburo and the CCP propaganda minister. His wife, Liu Lishan's wife, Ramaswamy's business partner's wife, is the daughter of the Chinese Minister of State Security who ran the Chinese Gulag and ran all of their influence operations around the world. And she, as part of those influence operations, funneled $5 million to Hunter Biden's business, Burnham Asset Management. So he was in business.
This is the statement that we got from Tricia McLaughlin, his spokesperson. She says Vivek's first business had a subsidiary in China before the company eventually wound down its operations there as the risks of doing business in China became apparent. We need leaders who understand complex issues deeply in order to address them, and Vivek believes in learning from experiences. I mean, a lot of American companies did business in China. The difference here, as I see it, in terms of Hunter Biden, is that, Hunter Biden had no experience in the area in which he was advising these companies. And Vivek Ramaswamy had a going concern that he was working on, this biotech company. And then he backed out, said, I'm getting out of here.
Well, I don't know if he backed out or if it just failed, but he was in business as recently as 2019 with the son of the Chinese Communist Party's propaganda director, and his wife was funneling money to Hunter Biden, and he is the only candidate who has offered to give Taiwan over to Communist China. So if he says everyone else is bought and paid for, it's worth asking why is the only person in business with Communist China wants to give Communist China its number one foreign policy objective.
Sounds like a good debate question. So we'll see if it turns into one. We will see. Marc, thank you very much. Always good to see you. Marc Thiessen, thanks for being here.
Take care.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.